Can you hear me? Yes. Good. All right, so I'm Jonathan Schenker. I'm the developer and creator of QuiVr. QuiVr is a cooperative multiplayer archery castle defense game for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. We are regularly one of the top played multiplayer experiences in VR, and we've even ranked among the top experiences on Steam VR or not via Steam Spy in the trending list. In arcades that we exist in, we're regularly ranked in kind of some of the very top experiences there, and a lot of the arcades have mentioned to us that things like non-graphic violence, cooperative gameplay, and enemies that don't directly attack the player make QuiVr a fantastic first experience for players who have never experienced VR before. So every week, we get a couple requests from new arcades that are starting up asking about how to license QuiVr. They're usually from small 2 to 3 man teams that are not particularly sophisticated and don't really come to us with specifics. Essentially, everyone comes in with the same question: how do we license and what do we pay? Only a couple companies have ever come to us with a contract. And while we have some really awesome partners that are really sophisticated and up-to-date, people like Springboard and Control V, most of these people really are just starting out and are just asking the questions. They don't have any answers in mind. So one of the issues is that we don't really know what the right pricing looks like, and I don't think that anybody in the industry knows what fair and sustainable pricing looks like for the North American market. And so we started asking ourselves, what do we think we can do to help grow the community into what we think it can become? So we realize that QuiVr is a pretty valuable game to arcades, and that along with other top-tier experiences, we can probably ask for a premium price point from our partners. So instead, we're deciding to give it away for free. Now, we believe that VR arcades will be successful, but right now, they're just getting established and need strong, quality content to get there. We don't think that right now is the time to burden new arcades with additional startup costs when there are so many other burdens to getting started in the area. So we're going to be making QuiVr free for use for our partners in commercial spaces in markets like North America that are still getting established until we really know what the right pricing looks like. So we're going to continue this policy until we feel that there's better visibility in the community on what those fair prices look like. Additionally, we're also not going to require arcades to purchase individual copies from Steam. We're going to be providing those for free from arcades that register with us and request them for each station in the arcade. We're going to be providing high-quality art assets and designs for any posters, any marketing materials that really may be useful that you request or that we think we can help provide. And finally, not related to the monetary value, we noticed that a number of arcades that have come to us don't really have a good legal framework for what a relationship might look like. So we're publishing a template of the QuiVr license, which is free for commercial use by arcades or publishers to help as a starting point for what a relationship between an arcade and a publisher looks like. It has blanks for either per a flat rate or per minute pricing, and it should just help alleviate some of the burden of creating new contracts and serve as a starting point for that. So obviously the question is, why are we doing this? And while we really do want to see the VR arcade market and industry succeed, we're not doing this purely out of community spirit. We're asking that the partners that we work with give us a few things. First, we want to form true relationships with the people that we work with. We want to work with you to figure out how to make the industry better, the arcade industry, and QuiVr better, so we want to have an open dialogue all the time, which is why we're providing keys for free. We want to start an email exchange. We want to have continual contact with the arcades that we're working with. We're asking that the arcades that we work with give QuiVr good placement in any marketing and advertising that they do. And we want feedback. Our partners should want to help us improve QuiVr for them, us, and the end user to make QuiVr the most impressive and awesome VR experience that we can. And finally, they have to let us buy them coffee if they're ever in town. So to recap, we really want to see the VR arcade market succeed, and we want to help those who are really interested in taking the risks involved in starting up a VR arcade. So we will be providing QuiVr for free for commercial use in markets like North America, where the right pricing is still being figured out, until we can all together come up with what fair and sustainable pricing looks like. But we want to help the community succeed. So thank you.